And so, guys, I want to share this with you. And again, I'm sharing this with you just to kind of show you what's possible in the future when you do get yourself a little bit more established. So I'm a member in a men's group. It's like a dating community for guys, and I do their fitness coaching in there. It's a friend of mine from the US, and he basically has this community. He coaches guys through like health and fit. Well, it's all dating, but like, he helps them with like their style, their health and fitness, their confidence, how they talk, their career, just everything that makes them more attractive, more interesting guys. And so I've been doing some like fitness stuff with his community. I did a podcast and just kind of this different stuff. So I'm in his community, and he has a Discord. And this week, through one message, I closed €2,500 upfront sales, right, in the last 3 days or 4 days. And it's just, this is not to kind of flex. This is just to show you the importance of social circle selling system. So like selling to these kind of groups where you already have some trust. And obviously that's built up over time. I've been in that group for probably a year. But also just to show you like what is possible with online business. And it's absolutely insane. Like a few years ago, I would make €2,500 a month, and I would work 40, 50 hours a week to make that. And I went into Discord the other day. I didn't actually have time to prepare it because I was flat out preparing the training for today. But I will do like a little case study video, and I'll send in the screenshots of the conversations and how it actually happened to the group, because I just think it's interesting. But basically, there's this channel right within his community. And the channel, it's Discord, so there's different channels, and you basically can discuss different topics. And there's this one channel called Bets. And the purpose of this bets channel is that guys can make bets with each other to improve themselves. And so one guy posted in there and he said, if I don't lose 5 kg by the end of November, I will pay €2,000 to the group. Right. So big bet. Obviously, if he makes that bet, he's going to go through and do it because it's too big an amount not to. And I just kind of jokingly went in and commented on it and said, don't put your €2,000 on the line. Give me €500. I'll coach you one-to-one. Over that time frame, I'll give you a guaranteed result, or I'll work with you for free, and I'll actually show you how to do it the right way so you can keep your results after. So bear in mind, this is about 8.5 weeks of coaching I'm offering for 500 upfront. And like the offer was a serious offer. It was stuff that I actually could deliver on it with, and it had all the same things. It was the guarantee, the amount. I didn't even like pitch a sales call. I said the amount straight out, because this was a guy who was about to bet €2,000. So I was like, save your €2,000. I have a much easier, more risk-free, more enjoyable way that's actually sustainable. And I immediately got 5 of them asking to sign up, right? €500 up front. And they've all paid as of last night. So this was maybe Wednesday. And as of last night, I got 5 transfers of €500. And what I did do was I kicked €50 per person back to the guy who owns the community, just because it's his community. And I was like, look, I'll give you 10% of each sign up just as a kind of nice gesture, because potentially he's now going to send me more people in the future. So I did actually throw back €250 to him. So basically, for one message, I basically generated €2,250 for one message. Now, here's the even better bit. These guys all know each other. They're from the same community. And while I'll give them one-to-one support, I'm basically going to coach them through a group. So it's actually less work for me than it would be to have like 5 individual clients. And it's just, it was just me making an offer in the right place. And I could easily have missed, like, it's such a small thing. I could have just not answered that conversation. And to be honest, I haven't been active in the group for fucking weeks, like 3 or 4 weeks. But the channels that I kind of keep an eye on are the health and fitness channels, and the bets channel, just because they're kind of interesting. And sometimes there's like health and fitness related stuff. So the purpose of sharing that is just to show you guys like what is possible being in a community, and also to encourage you guys to think about, number one, making offers to people. Like, don't be afraid to offer your service. If you have a service and you can help people out, don't be afraid to offer it. And then number 2 is just, we all have so many people that we are connected to through friends, through communities, through relatives, just through friends of friends, through ex-colleagues, current colleagues, sports teams, associations. Like there's endless places to start conversations. And the more conversations that you have and the more you make people aware. Now, I'd never offered anyone in that community anything before. And I easily could have, I just didn't because it never really kind of crossed my mind, you know. But that's just an example of the power of the age that we live in and the fact that that can now be delivered. And, you know, I'm working with the guys, right, for like till the end of November. So what, 8.5 weeks. And at the end of that, I've now basically got 5 sales calls booked in again because they're going to finish up in 8.5 weeks. And if they have a good experience, I'll immediately say, right, guys, let's have a quick chat. And so not only have I got 5 guys on board, I took a big chunk of upfront cash, but I now have in 6 or 7 weeks time, I'll put a reminder in my calendar to book in calls with all these guys again and have another opportunity to say, look, well, why don't you stay on a monthly rate for as long as you want? So I just wanted to share that with you guys because I think it's really, really powerful. And here's the thing, I'm not even making fitness content at the moment. Like I haven't posted about fitness stuff or taking on fitness clients in, I don't know, 2 months. But, the work was done over the last few years. And so the authority and the trust and all of that is kind of built over time. So I'm not saying that that's going to happen for you guys immediately because I've been in this game for 5 years, right? So I have a lot more trust and credibility and reputation in the online space and that. But it is just to show you what's possible for every single one of you. And it's not necessarily 5 years down the line. It could be very, very close down the line. For some of you, it may be possible now to kind of find a pocket of people like that that are basically ready to go. So that was my share. I thought it might be inspiring or helpful or valuable to you guys, and hopefully it is. And it's not just to kind of flex because that's not what this is about. It's that it's possible for every single one of you. And over time, these things will start to happen more and more because you're putting yourself in a position where you're being known as an expert in these areas. So that is it in terms of my little share. Not sure if anyone has anything they want to add or ask or just say in response to that, or if you want me to kind of crack on into part 2 of the content creation framework, the architect of influence.